Hello guys, this video is about the real life characters that have been portrayed in the famous web series Scam 1992 from Sony Live. The series projected the life of Harshad Mehta, the way he made profit by exploiting the loopholes in the banking sector. In this, we will see some information about these characters which is not shown in the web series. So let's get started. You know the main character Harshad Mehta and his brother Aishan Mehta, right? However, Harshad Mehta had two more brothers named Hitesh Mehta and Sudhir Mehta, which were not shown in the series. Ashwin Mehta has worked with ICICI and UTI before he joined Harshad Mehta, and as shown in the series, he did get a law degree in his mid-50s and is currently a practitioner of law in Mumbai High Court and Supreme Court. He did get a 5-year imprisonment for the ONGC fraud though. The next character is Ambala Sahib, who has been portrayed as the one who gave Harshad Mehta a job of a jobber in the stock market, which is based on the real life of P. Ambalal. He was a stockbroker associated with BSE in that time. He slowly grew his small brokerage firm into a full-fledged company now called as Ambala Shares and Stocks Private Limited. The next character, Bhushan Bhatt, who has been portrayed as a senior jobber and is shown teaching Harshad Mehta how to place buy and sell orders in the BSE ring, is actually not based on any real life character but is a fictional character which is used by the web series script writers to run the show smoothly. The next character, Pranav Sheth, who has been portrayed as the one who initially worked with Harshad Mehta in operating the penny stocks and in helping Harshad Mehta to get some corporate clients initially, is actually based on the real life of Pallav Sheth, who is a big time broker associated with BSE in those days. He hasn't partnered with Harshad Mehta in any of his ventures but is a like-minded close acquaintance to Harshad Mehta. He was popularly known for making crores by rigging the shares of ACC as shown in the web series and ITC. He was later involved in the CanBank Mutual Fund and Fairgrowth Financial Services scam. The next character, Dr. Dada Satam, who has been portrayed as a union leader and provided critical information to Harshad Mehta regarding Premier Auto, is actually based on the real life of Dr. Dattatreya Samant. He was popularly known as Dr. Datta Samant or Dr. Sahib in those days. He was a trade union leader in the pre-liberalization era and is known to have many political connections, especially with the Communist Party. In the web series, it has been shown Harshad Mehta approaching a strike happening in the front of Premium Auto Company, right? But in reality, that was the famous 1982 strike by Bombay Mill Owners Association. Later, in 1997, Dr. Dada Satam got brutally killed with 17 bullets. The next character, Nandalal Shah, who was portrayed to be a broker where Harshad Mehta opened his first trading account, is actually based on the real life of Prasanna Pranjivandas. He did acted as a broker for Harshad Mehta's Gromor Consultancy. However, Harshad Mehta converted Gromor Consultancy into Gromor Research and Asset Management and acted as a broker on his own. Now Prasanna Pranjivandas runs Harjivandas Nemidas Securities Private Limited as a managing director. I guess you might have identified these both characters to be Sucheta Dalal and Debashish Basu, right? In those days, there was no use of the word scam. They used the word financial irregularities for financial frauds. She is the one who introduced the word scam through her book, which later became the household name in the Indian homes. She later investigated many such scams happening in the capital markets till date. She currently blogs at Money Life along with her husband Debashish Basu. She was also awarded with Padma Shri in 2006. Debashish Basu is a CA and a financial column journalist. I highly recommend the viewers to read their book The Scam from Harshad Mehta to Ketan Parekh to know in-depth analysis. The next character, Rajdeep Desai, who has been portrayed as a senior editor at Times of India Mumbai office, is based on the real life of Rajdeep Sardesai, who is now associated with India Today Group. The next character, Dilip, who has been portrayed in having a lavish life and from whom Sucheta was seen taking final permission before going ahead with Harshad Mehta's story, is based on the real life of Dilip Padgaonkar, who was Times of India chief back then. He was popularly known for having pro-government views. The next character, Manu Mundra, who has been portrayed as Black Cobra, who makes a lot of money by shorting, is actually based on the real life of Manubhai Maneklal. He was popularly known as Manu Manek, Manu Bhai, Black Cobra, Manu Mandodia. Although this character was portrayed in a bad light in the show, in reality he played a positive and a pivotal role in the Indian markets in the early 80s and 90s by behaving like a money bag. For example, like a financier for the Badla traders. I will make a separate video on Manu Manek where I will describe more about him. So do consider subscribing to this channel for more in-depth content. By now, you might know who these three guys are, right? Raju, Radhakishan Damani and Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, who were popularly known as 3Rs. During that time, these guys used to short overvalued stocks and build their fortunes and are purely price-based short-term traders. As Harshad Mehta used to run some of his favorite scripts beyond valuations, those scripts used to become favorite short for the 3Rs and the bear cartel. So in a way, Harshad Mehta used to lock horns with 3Rs. These guys made their initial fortunes by shorting the markets with Manu Manek behind their backs. Once the scam got broke out, SEBI started to get powers to make loss. Then these guys realized that it is going to get difficult in the future to make money via this way and started value investing for the long term. Although many know Radhakishan Damani and Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, but Raju was fairly unknown to almost everyone. However, back in those days, Raju used to be an expert at technical analysis and a pro chartist. He used to provide consultancy services based on technical analysis to many institutional brokers. Later, after Harshad Mehta was out of jail and used to operate his favorite scripts like BPL, Videocon and Sterlite and took them beyond valuations, then also again Radhakishan Damani shorted them, and again in those days there was a conflict between Harshad Mehta and Radhakishan Damani. The next character, Pherwani, who has been portrayed to be doing business with only trusted and ethical entities and lastly falling for a political post, is actually based on the real life of Manohar J. Pherwani. He was the chairman of Unit Trust of India for almost a decade. Under his tenure, the asset base of UTI has grew from 4.6 billion to 176.5 billion rupees. He was the chairman of National Housing Bank when the scam got broke out. He also headed a committee on the stock reforms, which was later resulted in the formation of the National Stock Exchange (NSE). It was believed that he committed suicide while CBI was interrogating the Harshad Mehta case, as shown in the web series. The next character, who has been portrayed as a SEBI chief in the show, is actually based on the real life of G.V. Ramakrishna, who was the second chairperson of SEBI. Back in those days, although SEBI was formed in 1988, it was a non-statutory body till 1992. Thanks to Harshad Mehta, SEBI started to get powers to make the laws since then. The next character, Venkat Ramanan, who has been portrayed as the RBI governor, is actually based on the real life of S. Venkat Ramanan, who is the 8th governor of RBI. In the web series, it was shown that he was giving a speech at the Madras Stock Exchange where he advises mutual funds to book some profits after the market has seen some huge rise. Also, we have seen Pherwani asking him that why is RBI, the central bank, is involved in the markets when it was rising up, right? It makes so much sense because all over the world, central banks don't comment on stock markets when they rise. They only involve and comment on it when the markets fall. But strangely, RBI back then commented on the rise, and also in the recent RBI MPC press conference that happened in August 2020. Even then, the RBI governor Shaktikanta Das commented on the rise of markets from the COVID fall and said it may correct in the future, which the markets did, where Sensex fell by 3,500 points. It was believed that S. Venkat Ramanan, who previously worked at the Ministry of Finance, played a pivotal role in making companies like ONGC etc. to invest in banks, PMSs, through which funds used to flow to Harshad Mehta, and he used that money to invest in the Reliance stock. Also, it was believed that RBI was aware of the scam 1 year before the story got broke out. However, at that time, Reliance was planning to get listed as GDR. GDR means Global Depository Receipt, which is similar to an IPO, but where Indian companies can get listed outside Indian stock exchanges like London stock exchanges, which helps in raising money in the foreign exchange. Dhirubhai Ambani was worried if the news of the scam comes out, then the GDR issue will have impact, as the scam will make India and Indian markets look bad for foreign investors. So, RBI governor allegedly didn't let the news of the scam come out till the time the GDR issue got completed, which explains why after his tenure as governor of RBI, he has taken up a big role in the Reliance. So if you like the content so far, consider pressing that like button and share this video with your friends who watched the Scam 1992 web series so that they can also benefit from the content. The next character, Ajay Kedia, who is portrayed to run multiple businesses in both capital market and money markets, acting as a big broker to Citibank and is shown as a critical member of the Bear Cartel, is actually based on the real life of Ajay Kumar Kayan. He used to run this famous Kolkata-based stockbroking firm with Macritz along with his father Gauri Shankar Kayan. It was also believed that he got involved in the Ketan Park scam too in 2001. Currently, he is on the board of SMIFS Capital Markets, which largely caters to the institutions and HNIs. The next character, KS Tyagi, who has been portrayed as the Treasury Chief of Citibank, is actually based on the real life of AS Tyagarajan, who was popularly known as Tyagu. Although in the web series, it was shown that Tyagi got promoted and is moved to New York, but in reality, once the scam got broke out, he was asked to not work in India again anymore by Government of India. So Citibank has asked him to resign. Later, he joined Aquarius Investment Advisors in Singapore. He is currently acting as Managing Director there. For the next character, who was portrayed as the one who gave information to Citibank cartel about Harshad Mehta using banking funds to push the stock market. Although no name has been used for him in the entire web series, this is actually based on the real life of Hemendra Kotari. Once the scam got broke out, a case was also filed against him, but he has escaped unscathed. Now he is the chairman of DSP BlackRock Investment Managers Private Limited. The next character, Neeraj Chopra, who has been portrayed to be as the Treasury Chief of Bank of America, Mumbai office, who was shown to begin a cartel with Harshad Mehta in the money markets to overcome Citibank's dominance, is actually based on the real life of Neeraj Batra. Later, Bank of America name came up in the Janakiraman committee report, although they have denied all the allegations. Neeraj later turned into an entrepreneur in 2000 and he has also founded a business school called Infinity Business School. The next character, Verma, who has been portrayed as the senior management at ANZ Greenlace, is actually based on the real life character of Vineet Verma. He worked with ANZ Greenlace for 20 years. ANZ Greenlace faced issues in settling dues of BRs with National Housing Bank, which is a subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India, which resulted in ANZ Greenlace losing the banking license, which made it to be taken over by Standard Chartered Bank in India. Currently, Verma is working as the head of Global Transactions Banking at National Bank of Abu Dhabi in UAE. The next character, Jerry, who has been shown defending Citibank's actions in the money market while meeting with Dr. Manmohan Singh and giving promotion to Tyagi in the web series, is actually based on the real life of Jaitirth Rao, who was popularly known as Jerry in those days. After he left Citibank, he later founded a software company called Emphasis in California. The next character, Kemani, who has been portrayed as the one who has chosen Harshad Gromor as a primary broker for money markets, is actually based on the real life of CL Kemani, who was SBI's managing director in charge of investments, where he earned a lot of money for the bank through his skillful treasury operations. But he was later shattered and humiliated after the scam got broke out. He died a few years later, even before the judgment came out, as he was also an accused in the scam. The next character, although no name has been used in the series, who was portrayed to be acting as a senior to Kemani, is based on the real life of P.V. Subbarao. He was SBI's managing director and investment committee member. He too passed away even before the judgment came out, as he was also an accused in the scam. The next character, who was portrayed as the SBI chairman, is based on the real life character of M.N. Goiporia. It was believed that he and Harshad Mehta are responsible for cornering 35.6% of the total security transactions by the SBI in 1991 to 92. Once the scam broke out, instead of making him an accused, just like his juniors, he was sent on a leave by Montek Singh Ahluwalia, and later he was made to resign quietly. The next character, although no name has been shown in the entire series, who was portrayed to be CBI chief and taking over the case from K. Madhavan, is based on the real life of S.K. Datta. He was an IPS officer of 1959 batch. He later wrote a book titled CBI Top Cop Recalls, where he described his experiences with police personnel, politicians, professionals, journalists, etc. The next character, who was portrayed as Bofors Madhavan taking up the case of Harshad Mehta, is actually based on the real-life character of CBI Joint Director K. Madhavan. As it is shown in the series, he did resign from the services allegedly due to the intervention in the probe. He has been involved in many high-profile CBI probes like Bhopal gas tragedy, Rajendra Setia fraud case, the Bofors case, etc. He was even appointed as the head of Enquiry Commission in the BCCI corruption case. He recently passed away in January 2020. The next character, Swamiji, who has been portrayed to be acting as a middleman between Harshad Mehta and government, is actually based on the real life of Chandra Swamiji. In the 80s, he rebranded himself to become an international guru, and it is said that he has dispensed his services to many famous celebrities and politicians all over the world. He later started to introduce businessmen to politicians. He acted as a spiritual guru to late PM Narasimha Rao. Although many believe that he was a right hand to the then Prime Minister Narasimha Rao, but in reality, Narasimha Rao acted as a right hand to Chandra Swamiji. He was also allegedly involved in the killing of Rajiv Gandhi. The next character, although no name has been used in the entire series, who portrays as trying to calm down Harshad Mehta from exposing Prime Minister office in the Joint Parliamentary Committee, is based on the real life of V. Krishnamurthy. He was a member of the Planning Commission and chairman of the Committee on Public Sector Disinvestments. When the scam broke out, he was accused of co-promoting Fair Growth Financial Services Limited along with B. Ratnakar, who was the former chairman of Canara Bank. Fair Growth is a sister company of Growmore. It acted as a benami to sell shares in the open market. It was also suspected that Krishnamurthy passed on critical information to the banks through Harshad Mehta. The next character, who was portrayed as the one questioning Citibank at the Joint Parliamentary Committee and giving evidence to Sucheta Dalal and Debashish Basu, is based on the real life of Montek Singh Ahluwalia. He was the Secretary of Economic Affairs at the Ministry of Finance when the scam got broke out. It was believed that Montek Singh Ahluwalia haven't heard the term bank receipt before the scam got into the limelight. The next character, of course, you might have identified him to be Dr. Manmohan Singh. He was the finance minister back then. Once the amount involved in the scam went out of proportions, he took up the responsibility and offered his resignation, but his resignation got rejected. Although no role has been played in the web series for P. Chidambaram, but it was also alleged that he invested in shell companies via Fair Growth, which was the sister company of Growmore. He was the commerce minister back then. Although it was shown in the media that he has accepted the responsibility and resigned, but in reality, once the scam amount went out of proportions and his name kept on popping up in the CBI investigation, the then government forcibly made him to resign. The next character, who was portrayed as the costly lawyer hired by Harshad Mehta, is based on the real life of Ram Jethmalani. Ram Jethmalani was a senior lawyer back then and he became famous as he defended the killers of Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi. Also, it was believed that it was L.K. Advani who has suggested Harshad Mehta hire Ram Jethmalani as his lawyer, as he went on to reveal the involvement of late Prime Minister Narasimha Rao in the scam to the public. Guys, do consider subscribing to this channel, as you will see more videos on the actual reason why Citibank wanted to put an end to the Harshad Mehta story, the aftermath of Harshad's story, involvement of Dhirubhai Ambani, and more about Manu Manek the Black Cobra. Links to those videos will be put in the description as soon as the videos are out. So stay tuned until next time. Cheers.